vid's for you guys that are coming down to the Necky for the first time to do the comp, or for people that have worried about surf launching. This vid's going to have a few tips to show you what to do to handle that. Sure guys, here's today's launch location. A little bit apprehensive, there's some bloody good dumpers coming through and set, so it's going to be all about timing. Tip number 1, invest in thigh straps. They keep you connected to your kayak. Tip number 2, check your forecast. Ideally, if there's a surf report close by, use that. I'm looking at the swell height or the set face on a surf report. Ideally that would be under 1 metre to have good conditions on the west coast. I'm also looking at the period or interval between waves. When I get to the beach, that's one of the first things I assess. And I'm also looking for a rip area where the waves aren't quite as high, and I use it to my advantage for getting out. Okay, out and behind now, this building. Be patient, sometimes you can wait for 10 minutes to get a good gap. While I'm doing this, I'm observing which way the waves are turning, whether a left-hand break or a right-hand break, and I use that to my advantage when I'm coming back in, so I know which way to angle the kayak to broach. When you commit, paddle hard at the waves and keep that forward momentum going. I've yet turtle on my way out, so it's generally the safest part is actual launching. Look, that one's coming up behind. Not such a good idea, buddy. Right now, you bit. Not on me. Oh, I'm getting desperate. Gonna go out a bit deeper. Haven't seen really any snapper sign yet in close, so I'll troll this Dr. Evil out. You're a thumper. Nice. Check that out. We're on a Daiwa Koga now, the pink and white. Dropped it over the side while I was retying my FG knot on the soft bait rod. You can guarantee you're going to hook up when you do that. Might have found where the snapper are. It's been slow. I've just really been paddling around trying to find some sign. Quite an eerie feeling out here today, being the only one out. There's no boats or anything around. Obviously it's a Thursday, so a lot of people are working. This is the Daiwa Alexa that Monty picked up for me in the States. Left-hand Alexa, beautiful reel. It's been really hard to get left-hand bait casting reels in New Zealand the last 2 years. We hear that COVID excuse, but I've still had them in Australia and the States, so go figure. I just don't think our importers realise how big the market is here for left-hand reels. It's a nice eater. Look at that, guys. Woohoo! Nice. I'm picking similar to the first one I kept. Probably 600. Every time I look to the shore, I'm like, I'm not looking forward to coming back in. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get dumped. It's all blowing up. Pretty sure this one's coming home. Beautiful. Give this little sucker a go. A little caveman soft bait. Colour should work out here. Picking on the colours that I was catching on slow jigs, this will work. Woohoo! Just have to loosen it off a bit. Make sure I get this fella. It's my cheap little Roxani reel. And a cheap rod. When I'm out west, just because of the surf and that, I'm not into flash gear out west. In saying that, they all do the same job. I think this has got 5.2 kgs of drag. My Surde's got 10. Makes no difference because your drag settings are the same. Drag settings just enough to hook them. Get them in. It's all got to be in balance with your setup, and you set your drag settings for roughly 1/3 of the breaking strain. Nice. Caveman soft baits. Awesome. They work. Now paddling back in, the wind's picked up from the north. Seeking distance had just changed all of a sudden. I've got what I wanted to do, got enough for a feed, and I've seen what I wanted to see. Get in a bit closer to the cliffs, get some shelter, and pack the gear down before I go back through the surf. Right, time to get ready to go back in. Rod's all broken down, reels in a dry bag, and the pod net in place. All my gear is either leashed or tied down. I'm not prepared to lose any of it when I'm coming back through the surf. This includes any fish I've kept. They're all kept on a fish stringer so that they're connected to the yak if I do fall out. Got my strips ready to go. There's a bigger set. Slightly across on the angle now. I've identified that the wave break is to the right hand side, so that's how I'm angling my return into the river mouth. The key points here are that the thigh straps are keeping me connected to the kayak, and my Viking reload prefers to come inside onto the surf. This is the view that I have of what's happening. As I'm coming in, I'm constantly looking over my shoulder to assess when the wave's about to hit, so I'm prepared to broach. Watch the rock log, marking rocks. Well, those dumpers coming in now. They're like 2.5 metre waves. If you found this useful, give us a thumbs up, and we'll catch you in the next vid. Cheers.